Brother, hey, man, the energy is high because everybody knows their schedule in the NFL. I know I used to sit there and circle teams we were going to beat and cross out teams we were going to lose to. And I was never right, but I did it every single year. How do you feel about this NFL schedule and the release?
I think it's amazing what the NFL does. All the hype and all the stuff they do, they time it out, it's year round. But what is the big deal? The opponents have been known forever. It's just
Yeah.
what date you're playing them on. So, as you say, everyone does that, circles the schedule, wins, losses. But the reality is, you could have done that 2 months ago. You knew who was going to be playing. It's just not when. Okay. You even knew where. Okay. So I find it kind of funny. I think I heard something that the Steelers were saying, we have a really tough schedule. We don't even play a divisional game till really late in the season, and that's going to be a tough stretch. Well, I don't know. If you go by last year, it might be really good if it were a late season intra-division games because the starting quarterback, Deshaun Watson for the Browns, would have been out, and Joe Burrow would have been out. So it's a lot of timing. I think it's much ado about nothing in reality. Now, I will admit, especially when I was in the NFL, I was eagerly looking for it. Like you, as a player, circled some things. I found a lot of players looked at when's a national TV game and, the big games, et cetera. Fans look for big games. Fans look for what season tickets I'm going to put on StubHub and which ones I'm going to keep because whether am I out of town or where's that road game I'm going to go to. Everyone looks at different things. Wives and girlfriends look for what? Thanksgiving and Christmas. Is my man going to be home or what happen? Coaches look for divisional games, right? Everyone looks at the bye. But let me tell you something. What does a team position look for? I used to look for Thursday games because that would kill my schedule. Because remember, I worked for a living. I still had my day practice, and I would look at the 3-day trips on Friday when I would have to cut Friday surgeries off because East Coast trip, etc. That's the first thing I looked at. How many 3-day trips, versus a Monday night versus a Thursday night. The rest of the schedule was the schedule. I think it's interesting. I think it's so funny that people do all this exercise. All you got was the date. You already had the location and the opponents.
Yeah, I mean, look, the NFL king of marketing, tremendous product to market. Like, I don't care how good you are at marketing. If the product sucks, we don't care. So they have both. The thing that I used to look for, I used to say the man. Where's the man at? So that was Miami, Atlanta, New York. First of all, we going there. Yes, because that meant before curfew, it was going to be a lot better than normal places, right? Versus Green Bay or stuff like that. However, the craziest thing is, and I knew I was stupid for doing it, no team is the same year to year because of injuries, because of free agency, because of coaching change. Like, everything is different. I'm like, why am I looking at this as a static team? I'm basing it off of last year, and I know they're not going to be that team next year. So why am I even getting caught up in it? Including what you mentioned, the distances. Like, sometimes the travel distances really get to you as well. How does that play into your mindset?
Well, there's no question that the travel is a big deal, and the other thing on schedules. I don't know if you did this, but I know some players looked at, I'm the center, and that nose guard on this team is a beast, and I gotta play. They'd circle those games, right? A little bit, etc. Travel is a big deal, but it's really interesting. At the top of the league, pretty much every year was always at the time San Diego Chargers, now LA Chargers, Seattle Seahawks, and sometimes the Dolphins and whatever international team. The Chargers are always up there because it's a very Northeast-centric league, right? I mean, there was one 20-year offensive line coach. He coached in Dallas and everywhere else. He came to the Chargers, and he goes, throughout his career, he'd never been on a 3-day road trip. I'm like, shoot, we got 3 days every year, right? Because of the time zone. And let me tell you, it is a beast traveling to the east, right? That's why you have to go Friday. The advantage that people don't realize, though, is it is great coming home. Because literally from a Sunday game, you can be home by 8:30 in your house 9 o'clock because of the time zone change. It's a 1 o'clock game out there, 10 o'clock on the West Coast, boy, you're home by 9 o'clock. And what people forget is the travel back home for the East Coast teams is no fun, especially if it's a Sunday night or Monday night game or Thursday night game. If it's a Sunday night game, you're not home till Monday 10 a.m. because of the time change and everything else. And that really obviously kills your week a little bit. But there's certain teams that are always going to be more than others. Why the Chargers, not the Rams? Because one of their divisional opponents is Kansas City, right? So it's actually kind of far. It's one of the further travel games, et cetera. But nowadays travel is, I remember when I first started doing this, Tony Romo was still playing, and they were saying he's got a back injury, and because they play in London, he's not going to go. That's going to be difficult. I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been on that London trip one time. It's a big old 747. There's room to lay down. It's like him sitting on his couch for a few hours. It ain't that bad travel nowadays and what happens. The most interesting thing is, especially travel, is you're in a hotel room and you're excited about the game. And so do you sleep as well? And yeah, it is normal to give out sleeping pills, especially on road games, if people want them.
Oh, yeah. Take that Ambien and shut up. Oh, you sleep? Okay, now you're quiet. I know those days. Talk about OTAs. I remember those days as well. They're starting up. Everybody getting all hyped, thinking their team going to win the Super Bowl. Talk about OTAs.
Well, I say OTA season, it's once again not a huge deal. To me, it's optimism season, right? Everybody's ahead of schedule. And, this rookie quarterback looks great. He's got command of the huddle. Look, even this morning, there was all this about Drake May. He's got command of the huddle. Look, he's a leader. And Bryce Young's been doing great this year, learning the new offense. You ever say someone's a little slow in picking things up? No, this hope springs eternal. OTAs. The other thing OTAs is, it's injury revelation season. Remember, there's no injury reporting in the offseason. Each team probably had 10, sometimes 12 surgeries in the offseason. You just didn't know about it until now that they show up. And if they're still not 100%, an injury reporting season. How's Joe Burrow doing? How's Kirk Cousins look? Kirk Cousins says he could play in a Super Bowl today. Yeah, he can play in a Super Bowl today. Doesn't mean he's 100%. Nobody misses the Super Bowl. All he's saying is he would get out there today, but he's not 100% yet. So you get a lot of injury reports and videos, and it's a season of optimism right now. That's what OTAs are for me.
Yeah, I get it, man. There's a thin layer of football for real and football for fun. And I noticed that a lot of fans, they look through it and they look at football and they're like, man, that looks so hard and it's so tough. And it's like, wow, I'm amazed you guys can do that. And then you walk through that layer and you realize how tough it is. And it's so tough that you can't comprehend when they say things like, oh, he has command of the huddle. Oh, look at the tempo. Oh, he looks like a leader. Because when these bullets are live, ain't no conversation, bro. Like, ain't none of that matter. It's who does it when the rubber meets the road. The rest is just fake talk, and I hate what I hear.
Oh, and then I love people send me videos all the time. OTAs, how's this guy look? How's this guy look? You mean in shorts and a t-shirt at 3/4 speed? I mean, okay. I mean, oh, he looks fast. Yeah, they're all fast compared to the rest of the world, right? And that elite level. I mean, look, as a pass rusher, a split-second difference is a guy to a superstar or a guy and out of the league, right? In terms of getting around the edge. Everyone looks good in practice and on these videos, but yeah, it doesn't mean you're 100%, and that's kind of what we look at and look for.
Oh, man. I mean, there's football. There's only one way to judge it, and it's full speed, and you should be in it. And if not, it's just different. Oh, I used to hate it. People were like, oh, he looks amazing. I'm like, that is a pregame All-American. Like, nobody cares what you're doing in warm-ups. No one cares, OTAs, even practice. You know how it goes. When you the man and somebody going 100% just to try to make the team, ooh, and you sitting there like, I will wear him out if you don't let him take me off this leash, coach. So I'm sorry, Doc. I had to get that off my chest. Also want to get off my chest what's going on in the world of golf. What's going on with my man, Scotty Scheffler? What is that? What are he up to? What was he doing?
Look,
Look.
right, wrong, cop, whatever. We'll let it all play out. No body cam footage, whatever. Bottom line is, when Scotty Scheffler's driving it up at 6 a.m., whatever it was, it's still dark out, right? And he's got an 8:48 tee time. He's got to get there early to stretch and do all this stuff. He doesn't know that someone got hit by a bus. He's like, oh, there's some traffic. Okay, well, I'm supposed to go around, whatever the misunderstanding was. Whatever the reason for the cop to attach himself to the car instead of radio ahead, whatever the reason for getting hauled out of the car and whatever, we'll let it all sort out. Whether Scotty Scheffler was 100% in the right or 100% in the wrong, he is amazing. On my podcast, I made him the Beast of the Week. Let me tell you why he's amazing. How is it possible? Let's say he was mad and he drove through the cop, or he was very calm and he drove where he's supposed to be. He got hauled out of the car, put in cuffs, and headed off to the thing. And he looks at the ESPN reporter, Jeff Darlington, and very calmly says, "Can you please help me?" He didn't say, "What the heck is going on here?" Do you know what? I mean, if it were to me or anybody else, that guy's pulse must normally be 35 beats a minute. And when he got arrested, it might have gone to 36. I cannot believe how calm he was just sitting there. "Can you please help me?" in a calm voice. Like what the heck is going on? It's a very stressful situation. Man, I'm betting on that guy to make every pressure putt. That guy has ice water in his veins. That's what I took away from Scotty Scheffler and that whole incident. And hopefully the incident goes away. But, like nowadays, publicity is publicity, right? I think most of the world probably didn't know who Scotty Scheffler was.
Nope.
The cop sure didn't. And very few people didn't know he was the #1 golfer in the world. But now, now his marketing deals have tripled in price.
Hell yeah,
so
that's funny. Yeah, he brought some street cred to golf, right? Hey, look, I'm the same way whenever I'm like around the law or anybody with authority, and I know that they got consequences that can be grave. I'm calm because I know they are nervous too. I think people forget. Like if you're a cop, you're a regular dude, right? You just put on all that stuff in the locker room, and then you walking around here with guns, and everybody's supposed to be scared of you, but you scared too. You pull somebody over, license or registration, you looking like, yo, don't move too fast. And so Scotty's probably smart. I know I am. I am not instigating a damn thing. I see cats get arrested. You go to Vegas, somebody gets pulled over, they start yelling. I'm like, that ain't gonna end well, bro, because he's scared, you acting a fool, and nothing good comes from that situation. So appreciate you, Doc, man. Every single week we got Tuesday Therapy with Dr. David Chow. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm out of here. All right.